This is the L2C Media Network, and why do I get the feeling, Bex, man? We're going to be doing two parts. But this is Sports Final. We're back after a unregrettable 3-day vacation. And now with the latest details that make the headlines in sports look good, here's the Bex, man. By the way, we're sponsored by the L2C Media Network. Here's Steve. Up a bit. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? Steve here. Good evening. Welcome to a subpar edition of the Sports Final, and we're going to get things underway because, in fact, we're going to get this out of the way. As you know, we do like to pump up our neighbors here, our neighbors' channels here on YouTube. One of those always has to be and happens to be the Rakita Law channel. And tonight on Law Splaining the Interwebs, I think this may crash the system, but Nick Rakita is going to have as his guest. This is a big interview, and I mean big. Nick Rakita on his show tonight will be interviewing voice actor, voice talent, and the true voice of Funimation. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Rakita will have on his broadcast tonight, as I adjust the light, Vic Minaga. Vic Minaga. If I butcher his name, my apologies. I just call him Vic the Man. Minaga. Vic Minaga. Oh, what? Before we do that, I'm serious. I want to pronounce his name clearly, guys. I know we're on the air right now, but if I can, let's okay, so just give us his name. Okay. Tonight it'll be Nick Rakita and Vic Mignogna. And what they're going to talk about, I have no idea, but you bet it's going to be one show you got to watch. Minagna. Thank you. Close enough for Jazz, and I apologize to Vic if I butchered your name. So it's Nick and Vic tonight at midnight Eastern Time on the Rakita Law channel, Law Splaining the Interwebs. So with that said, by the way, he was Edward Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist series, and Broly from Dragon Ball Z. So there you go. So Vic and Nick will be talking, and it'll be on Vic's. It'll be on the Rakita Law Network tonight here on YouTube. With that said, and again, Vic, my apologies if I butcher your name. I did not mean to offend. I like his Star Trek Continues series that has been put on TikTok. It is a pretty cool series, man. It's pretty good. I applaud. Okay. We got a lot to talk about on this, the week that we say a bon adieu to Marv Albert, and TNT is going to have a retrospective tribute to Marv Friday night at 7:30 TNT. That'll be followed by the Bucks and the Hawks at 8 o'clock. So set them damn DVRs for that one. And with that said, let's get on with it and give you some scores. We'll give you some news, everything else we do here. But for right now, let's go to the scoreboard, sponsored as always by William Hill Sportsbooks. Let's make it interesting, but you got to do so responsibly. Okay. And here we go. We got one game that is still in progress. Let's give you the score for that as I raise the microphone. It is in the top of the fourth inning. Dodgers and Padres, the World Series defending champion, Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres, are tied at 2 apiece. And lower that just to make it true. There we go. All right. And the rest are final scores, I hope. Yes, they are. Thank you. Tied at 2. Dodgers 2-2-0. Padres 2-2-1. Let's go for some final scores. White Sox over the Pirates 4-3. 4-9-2 for the White Sox. 3-10-0 for the Pirates. The winning pitcher was Cease at 6-3 for the White Sox. DeJong for the Pirates gets a loss. He's 0-2, and Hendricks gets his 19th save. Hendricks is also one of the players of the game. He went one full inning, gave up no hits, no earned runs, got one strikeout, and no walks. Cease got the win. He went 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 1 earned run, got 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. All right, Nationals in a high-scoring game. They missed the extra point, but they beat the Phillies by a score of 13-12, 13-12-1 for the Nationals, 12-15-0 for the Phils. Rainey got the win. He's 1-2 for the Nationals. Next, Neris got the loss. He's 1-4 for the Phillies. Espino got his first save. By the way, Bell for Washington, first baseman, 2 for 4, 2 runs, a homer, 4 RBIs, and a walk. And he got some good stuff, man. Jankowski, the left fielder for Philadelphia, also got a mention as player of the game. 3 for 4, 3 runs, a homer, a double, 3 ribs, and a walk. How about them Tigers? They beat up on the St. Louis Cardinals 6-2, 6-6-0 for the Leafs Tigers, and 2-7-0 for the Cardinals. Manning for the Tigers gets the win. He's 1-1. Gant gets the loss for the Cards. He's 4-6. Shoop, baby, shoop. First baseman for the Tigers goes 2 for 4, gets a run, a homer, a double, and 3 ribs. Manning, the pitcher for Detroit, 5 2/3. Gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, got 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. The Milwaukee Brewers beat up on the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-2, 3-7-0 for the Brews, 2-5-2 for the DBs. Woodruff gets the win for the Brews. He's 6-3. Smith gets the loss for the Diamondbacks. He's 2-3. And Hader gets his 19th save. Hader, of course, Milwaukee pitcher, pitched 1 full inning, gave up no hits, no earned runs, got 2 strikeouts and no walks. Woodruff pitched 7 full for the Brewers, got 3 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. By the way, we got a commentary about a certain 4-letter monolith network, and they, once again, bashed the city as if bashing Detroit wasn't enough. They bashed Milwaukee. I'll give a commentary coming up. Right now, let's continue on the scoreboard. 13 innings this took, and the San Francisco Giants laid waste to Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim 9-3, 9-11-0 for the Giants, 3-8-0 for the Angels. Leon got the win for the Giants. He's 1-0. Claudio got the loss for the Angels. He's 1-2. Gausman, the pitcher for San Francisco, went 7 full, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, got 9 strikeouts and a walk. Ohtani went 6 full, gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Colorado Rockies defeated Seattle Mariners by a score of 5-2. 5-5-0 for the Rocks. 2-4-0 for the Mariners. Marquez gets the win for the Rocks. He's 6-6. Sheffield shuffled with a loss. He's 5-7. And the Bald, yes, man with the last name of Bard, Shakespeare, his 10th save of the game, or of the season, excuse me. Story, the shortstop for Colorado, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, and 3 ribs. And Marquez, the Colorado pitcher, starting pitcher, 8 full, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. They are, and I am, player of the week, or player of the game, excuse. Houston Astros laid the Orioles to waste and buried them upside down and round. 13-0 was the final score. 13-17-0 for the Astros. 0-6-0 for the Orioles. Urquidy got the win for the Astros. He's 6-3. Eshelman got the loss. He's 0-1. Urquidy got the player of the game honors for Houston. Went 7 full, gave up 3 hits, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts he got, and 1 walk. Toro Hernandez, third baseman for Houston, 2 for 5, a run, a homer, and 4 ribs. All right, let's keep going on the fun zone here. New York Yankees defeated the Kansas City Royals 6-5, 6-7-0 for the Yanks. 5-8-0 for the Royals. Chapman gets the win. He's 5-2. Holland gets a loss. He's 2 for 3. Santana and Kansas City's first baseman Santana goes 2 for 3. A run, a homer, a rib, and 2 walks. And Kansas City designated hitter O'Hearn goes 2 for 5. A run, a homer, and 3 ribs. They are players of that game. New York Mets laid out the Atlanta Braves by a score of 7-3, 7-13-0 for the Mets, 3-8-1 for the Braves. Oswalt and winner for the Mets, he's 1-0. Wright was wrong for the Braves, he's 0-1, and Diaz gets his 16th save. Lindor, the shortstop for the Mets, went 2 for 4, 2 runs, a homer, 3 ribs, and a walk. And Diaz, the pitcher for the Mets, went 1 2/3. Gave up no hits, no earned runs, got 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Tampa Bay Rays outlasted the Boston Red Sox by a score of 8-2. Hill with the win. He's 6-2. Richards with the loss for the Sox. He's 4-5. Hill for Tampa Bay, their pitcher, went 5 full innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Low. Well, he wasn't exactly low. The Tampa Bay second baseman went 2 for 4, got 2 runs, a homer, a double, 3 ribs, and a walk. All right. Finally, Blue Jays, again, they catch the winning fever. They beat the Marlins 3-1, 3-8-1 for the Blue Jays, 1-5-1 for the Marlins. Ray, a drop of golden sunshine, he was for the Blue Jays. 5 wins, 3 losses. Rogers is 7-4 with the loss for the Marlins. And, hey, Romano, you got your 5th save. Paisan. And that's, of course, for the Blue Jays. Ray, I've already done the joke. Pitched for Toronto, went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, and a walk. Romano, who got the save as the relief pitcher, lasted 1 inning, gave up only 1 hit, no earned run, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Texas Rangers laid out the Oakland Athletics by a score of 5-3, 5-10-0 for the Rangers, 3-10-0 for the Athletics. Martin with the win for the Rangers, he's 2-2. Pettit for the Athletics gets a loss, he's 7-1, and Rodriguez gets his first save for the Texas Rangers. Fulton Wisk gets the one of the player of the game nods, Texas pitcher. Went 6 full innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and a partridge in a pear tree. Meanwhile, Caparellian for Oakland, their pitcher went 6 full, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, got 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks in the loss. And that's your look at baseball. Yes, it is. That is your look at baseball. That's right. They belong together in good old USA. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. All right. Let's get going. The Eastern Conference Finals started live from the beautiful city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where beer was made famous. And where the city of Milwaukee and the denizens would like to say to ESPN, go schlit yourself. Or go schlitz yourself. There you go. All right. Well, tonight the Bucks really proved Stephen A. Smith and the Rolling Derby ESPN wrong, although this was a TNT game. Milwaukee, yeah, I said all those nice things, and then I read the score. Hawks laid out the Bucks. Jesus, 16-113 to take a 1-0 lead in best 4 out of 7 series. And tomorrow, of course, game 2. And, of course, this is the final event for longtime basketball play-by-play voice Marv Albert, who will be retiring, hanging up the old microphone after this particular finals. So I'm hoping it goes all 7. But once again, Friday night, 7:30 on TNT, you will be able to see a retrospective of this man's work. It's a tribute to Marv Albert. And then, of course, Marv will be doing play-by-play for the TNT folks, the Eastern Conference Finals. And we give him the best send-off of all. Are we going to miss him? Yes! Okay. We've done the plugs, and we've given the score there. Let's get on with the rest of this because, oops, we boo-booed, didn't we? Yes, we did. Hopefully we can correct that boo-boo. See what happens when we go too fast? No, we don't want. We've already done the Major League Baseball scoreboard. We have formula. We have formula. We have form. We have form. We have joy. We have fun. We have bleep with everyone. Anyway, let's get on board to some NHL. There it is. Thank you. All right, let's get on board the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And, well, the Islanders avoided elimination tonight. They beat the defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime 3-2 to tie the series at 3 apiece. Beauvillier, 1 goal for the Islanders. Barzal, 2 assists for the Islanders. And Mayfield, 1 goal. Those are your Molson 3 stars. Tomorrow is what could be the final stanza for the Golden Knights of Vegas, as the Canadians are just 1 game away from sweeping them and getting that ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. And will be one win away from at least half of the dream finals situation. Les Canadiens de Montréal versus Les Lightning de Tampa Bay. And they are the defending champions, by the way, the Tampa Bay Lightning. So this would be very good of a game. Yes, sir, Rebub. It would be. So that game, by the way, the Knights and Canadians will be carried live on the USA Network starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So with that said, we are not yet done with the scores. Let's give you some minor league action. And we do so with a visit to AAA. See if they are. Oh, no, wrong AAA. Let's do the scoreboard. I think every one of these games are final. Let's find out, shall we? Yes, sir. Rochester over Worcester by a score of 5-3. Norfolk over Gwinnett, 9-3. In the second game, in the first game, Norfolk over Gwinnett, 5-2. Omaha over Iowa, 12-4. In the second game, in the first game, it was Iowa over Omaha, 8-5. There we go. I'll just do it 2-2. Buffalo over Syracuse, 4-3. Louisville over Indianapolis, 5-zip. Memphis over Toledo, 4-zip. In 10 innings, Lehigh Valley defeated Scranton Wilkes-Barre by a score of 3-2. Jacksonville over Durham, 3-1. Columbus over St. Paul, 7-6. Charlotte over Nashville, 13-6. And that's it for your AAA scores. Let's go now to AA. That's right, AA. Arn Anderson, yes sir. Portland over Somerset, 5-3. Somerset over Portland, 11-3 in the first game. 5-3 in the second game. There we go. I got it right. Akron over Erie in the first game, 6-4. The second game, it was more of a different type of attitude. Akron over Erie, 4-2. Harrisburg over Altoona, 6-2. New Hampshire over Bowie, 10-3, whichever one. Who knows? Reading over Binghamton, 8-6 final score. Reading is fundamental. Richmond over Hartford, 5-4. Chattanooga over Rocket City. 11-0 was that final score. Wichita Lineman over Midland, 8-4. Wish we could play the Glenn Campbell hit song. That would have been great to do. Maybe someday when we get everything all situated here. Mississippi over Tennessee, 3-0. Montgomery, the Biscuits over Biloxi, 4-3. We had Corpus Christi beating Amarillo with an armadillo, 13-2. Birmingham over Pensacola, 7-6. Tulsa over Springfield, 4-3. Yes, sir. Northwest Arkansas over Arkansas. So it was a battle of Arkansas. 5-2. The Northwest Arkansas won that one. Frisco over San Antonio, 10-9. Afterwards, they dipped some chips in some old El Paso salsa because it wasn't made in New York City. Time now to go to High A. High A! Bottom of the seventh inning, Everett and Tri-Cities are goose-egged at 0. There you go. Hillsboro and Spokane, the top of the sixth, 5-1. Top of the seventh, Vancouver leads Eugene 3-2. Final in 10 innings, it was Greensboro 6, Greensville 5. Peoria over Wisconsin, 13-6. In 10 innings, Brooklyn over Jersey Shore, 3-2. Winston-Salem over Asheville, 9-7. Cedar Rapids over Lansing, 4-zip. In the second game of the first game, Cedar Rapids over Lansing, 1-zip. Ugh. Bowling Green over Hickory, 2-1. In final 11 innings, Hudson Valley over Wilmington, 9-8. And can we get back to the scores that we had here? Thank you. Where were we here? Lansing there. Bowling Green over Hickory. Hudson Valley over Wilmington in 11, 9-8. Aberdeen over Rome in 11, 13-2. Dayton, the Dragons, dragged along West Michigan, the Whitecaps, 4-1. Fort Wayne over South Bend, 8-0. Lake County over Great Lakes, 7-1. And the Quad Cities over Beloit, 4-3. And that's your High A scoreboard. And now to wrap things up for our baseball line, let's give you this line. It's low A time, which means I have to low class it. Aha. Top of the eighth inning, it is San Jose over Rancho Cucamonga, 6-5. Lake Elsinore and Modesto are playing in the bottom of the eighth. It's Modesto over Lake Elsinore, 4-zip. Bottom of the sixth inning, Inland Empire over Stockton, 9-6. Tampa over Lakeland, 4-3. Bradenton over Jupiter, 4-3. Glad no one named their city Uranus. That would have been wild. Fort Myers in 10 innings beat up on Palm Beach by a score of 3-2. Kannapolis played a normal game against Fayetteville. They beat them 4-3. Carolina over Down East, 8-4. Lynchburg beat Salem in 10 innings, 5-4. Fredericksburg over Delmarva. Giddy up, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop. Fredericksburg over Delmarva, 3-2. And And do we have our sound effect, because we had a no-hitter to discuss. That's right, no-hitter. Fredericksburg. No, that was. Oh, there we are. Myrtle Beach defeated Columbia 5-0. Congratulations, Myrtle Beach, on your no-hitter. You were working fine. There we go. There you go. All right. Charleston defeated Augusta by a score of 5-3. Fresno defeated Visalia 3-1. And this game was suspended in the bottom of the sixth. It'll be completed tomorrow. Dunedin and St. Lucie tied at 10. Oh, joy. Oh, rapture. And Dunedin and St. Lucie, of course, rain out. They'll make that up on the 25th. So you got one game tomorrow and another game on another night. Daytona and Clearwater will be made up on June 24th. They had a rain out. So did Tampa and Lakeland. And that is the entirety of our baseball scoreboard. Now, we're shaking things up here just to sort of malignly give everybody a little a little time. So here we go with some mighty big news all over the place. Let's first take you over to the NFL, National Football League, and oh boy, when you have your own cable network and your sports outlet, you're bound to say 4 little letters and 1 word, and that word is help. And over the last decade, there's been a lot of talk about the NFL possibly selling off a minority stake in the NFL Network and its other media operations, including NFL Red Zone, NFL.com, and more. They've had talks with Disney, Fox, and NBC at different points, but those have never turned into anything but possible fodder for media. But the league is again looking to explore this idea and has retained Goldman Sachs to do so, as per the Wall Street Journal's Joe Flint. And we have to read this. Why? Because we are duty bound to do this. So bring up the mic. The decision to seek partners is motivated by the league's belief that we're going to get one of those circle lights behind our webcam. No, that its TV and digital holdings will benefit from being aligned with bigger media. Gee, I know how that feels. There we go. And technology companies rather than remaining standalone operations, league and team officials said. New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft in an interview, quote, As the whole world of communications and digital media changes, we want to find a partner who can further help us maximize the reach and potential the NFL assets represent. By the way, Robert Kraft is the chair of the league's media committee. So that's who we have to complain about the schedules. Now, league and team officials stressed that they are not looking to sell the networks and said the NFL will remain in control of them. We're not selling. We're just looking for investment partners, said Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones in an interview. Mr. Jones is a member of the league's media committee and chairman of the owned and operated media committee, which includes the NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. Now, Sports Business Journal's John Alran had a notable tweet out on this, discussing his December 2020 prediction of a minority stake sale, but saying that he now expects a different buyer. Ooh. Here's more, and we'll just be brief about this because time is definitely on our side as we're 2 minutes past midnight, which means it's no longer Wednesday here in the East, it's Thursday. The NFL has hired Goldman Sachs. Well, I've already told them that. The process is expected to last into the coming NFL season. As the media industry continues to evolve, the NFL is exploring a strategic partnership to best position our owned and operated media assets for future growth. said NFL Vice President of Communications Alec Miller. The NFL has a proven track record of creating leading media platforms that develop significant audiences, so we anticipate speaking to a number of interested parties. As in maybe some of those, what you call it, what is that word? Oh, God. If it's not the networks, then they'll go for one of these hedge fund folks. Anyway. NFL commissioner said the league's goal is to find a partner or multiple partners, according to a memo sent to league employees this afternoon. We are not seeking to cede control of the media group, but instead to take its growth to the next level. Assets included in the sale are league-owned LA production facility and on-air talent, archived games and video from the NFL Films Vault, 7 regular season and an undetermined number of preseason games, and the NFL fan database and marketing platform. Now, what's the value here, you may ask? What's the value? Well, the most important parts of this are NFL Network and the Red Zone. Flint cites an estimated from S&P Global Market Intelligence Kagan unit that the NFL Network is currently 56 million homes with Red Zone and somewhat less than that. That's not bad in the grand scheme of things, and while it's a long way from the 67,686,000 NFL had in August 2018, all networks have seen some notable losses since then. NFL networks are higher than many, but 56 million homes isn't a terrible reach, and Red Zone continues to be pretty important and to be carried on a lot of providers. Beyond that, there's some value to digital platforms like NFL.com and the NFL app, so it's quite possible to envision companies being interested in this stake, but the question will be how much you're willing to pay and how able they are to provide the growth the league is looking for. Now, if a stake is in fact sold to someone outside the broadcast world, like a hedge fund, it's interesting to contemplate who that might be. As all the quotes on this indicate, the NFL isn't giving up total control of these assets, and it seems likely that they're not just looking for immediate cash, but like many businesses, they face some pandemic costs and losses. But they're pretty well off overall, so their claims about looking to sell the stake to someone who can help them expand those assets does have some merit, although I don't know how much merit. And that fits with what RLM wrote December as a prediction. League owners feel they have grown the 17-year-old network as far as they can by themselves. As part of their rights negotiations, the NFL looks for a strategic partner to invest in the channel. Whether it be NBC, CBS, Fox, Disney, Viacom, who knows? Could Apple, Google, or their newest partner, Amazon, be interested? I will tell you this. This is going to be a very... Now, what about Sinclair? Don't even look for that. Tech company may not be necessarily a good thing for a traditional distributor. What about, I don't know, Caesar's Palace? Well, we will find out, but don't look for AT&T to get a partner. They're out of the media business with the sale of, the merging of Warner Media into Discovery Networks. So we'll just have to see what happens, what will develop in the future. All right. Well, it was rumored, and now it has come true. And Clint Boyer, we don't blame you for it, because we knew it was coming. That's right. Jeff Gordon has hung up his microphone, and he will be taking a more advanced role with Hendricks Motorsports. On Wednesday, the head man announced that Gordon will be joining as vice chairman of Hendrick Motorsports. And here's how Mr. Hendrick described Gordon's new role. As vice chairman and co-owner, Gordon will maintain a daily will maintain, yes, thank you, a daily presence at Hendrick Motorsports with a focus on the organization's competition and marketing groups. The Vallejo, California native will report to Hendrick and work alongside President Marshall Carlson and General Manager Jeff Andrews. In addition, he will join Hendrick on NASCAR's Team Owner Council, assume Hendrick Motorsports' seat on the sanctioning body's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. The 49-year-old Gordon will formally assume the executive management role January 1st, 2022. The company's statement also revealed that Gordon will continue his work at Fox through the end of 2021. Well, that's going to be unusual because their season just ended in Charlotte with the All-Star race. Gordon also released a statement to Fox about his decision. It says, quote, I cannot thank the entire Fox Sports family enough for the incredible opportunity I've had over the past 6 seasons. I've come to truly appreciate the responsibility of bringing the sport to our fans and the tremendous work that goes into our broadcast each and every week. I'm certainly going to miss it, but I will forever be grateful to Fox for the experience and for the trust they placed in me. It's been a privilege to work with such a talented group of people, including Clinton Boyer. I added that last part, of course. Fox's statement about Gordon's departure was brief, wishing him luck with his new role. Here is what it says in brief. This from Eric Shank, Chief Executive Officer and Executive Producer of Fox Sports. Quote, just like he did on the track, Jeff distinguished himself as an all-time winner on our Fox Sports team. While we are sad to see him go, everyone at Fox Sports wishes Jeff nothing but continued success. Why he couldn't take Clint Boyer with him remains a mystery. Again, I added that for comedy effort. It's nice to know that one is that sort of petered out. Now, while Fox has yet to announce their plans to replace Gordon, their current deal with NASCAR runs presently through 2024. How much you want to bet they'll be back? But I personally think if they play their cards right, maybe I don't know, one of the stalwarts at maybe they'll have one of the folks from the Xfinity broadcast team join up. Would you imagine? No, not Jeff Logano. Or no, not Joey Logano. I mean, he's still racing. No, it's not Jeff Burton because he's over at NBC. But the other Burton dude might be interested. But as they say, we shall find out, won't we? Very, very soon. So with that said, we move on. Because we've also got some other big stuff. Yes, Mr. Big Stuff. Let's go. All right. Well, the folks at Awful Announcing have written a lot over the years about the end of Mike and Mike and the end of Golic and Wingo and the end of Mike Golic's 17-year run with ESPN in January. Well, Golic has since said some more on his departure, doing so to Richard Deitch of The Atlantic in a podcast published on Wednesday. And some of what's particularly notable here are his comments about ESPN not wanting him around in any capacity. The remarks, which come from around the 7:30 mark of the podcast, start with Deitch asking, why are you no longer at ESPN from your perspective? Here is what Golic said in full. Listen, this has been the easiest thing for me to equate, and I equated a lot of things to the sport world, which certainly worked because I was in the sports industry. I got cut from the Houston Oilers and Miami Dolphins, and the reason why they didn't want me anymore is that simple. They didn't feel I had worth to their team, so they cut me. I thought they were wrong in both instances, but it doesn't matter what I think. When they call you into the GM and head coach's offices, they're going to release you. There's no sense in saying I could do this or I can do that. They made their decisions. With ESPN, it was the same thing. When Mike and Mike ended, they still felt there was value to having me there. That's why the new morning show with me and Trey and my son got going. But after that deal and contract was up, they felt that there wasn't any much worth. And I'm not even from a monetary point, Richard, because they didn't even talk about taking less money. We knew everybody was taking pay cuts. We didn't even talk about that again. I was the one on July 31st when the show ended. They were just going to let me sit there for 6 months, collect a paycheck. I said, no, let me go back and call college games. I love doing college games. And they said, well, hell, guess he wasn't going to work. He's going to get paid anyway. So I did that. We've gone back to them since. There were probably 3 or 4 different entities we were talking about. College and ESPN was one of them. And their last conversation with my agent was, no, don't want it. Not even a talk of we can't pay much. It was just nothing. Like, those teams cut me. They felt I had no more worth to them, and I'm sure ESPN felt the same way. I had no more worth to them. It's a blow. Is it a blow to the ego? Sure. To anybody, it would be. But when you're there for as long as you are, and all of a sudden it's not even discussed to keep you there, that's a blow to the ego, but that's life. I can't sit here and cry about it. You move on. It was a nice break, and other people wanted me to do the same things. I'll eventually go to that, but that's why it ended. That's an easy question to answer, end quote. And there were some other things he said as well. And if you want to hear the podcast, you can. Or if you want to read the remainder of the article, go to, of course, the fun folk over at awfulannouncing.com. Okay, we are at 14 minutes past midnight. We haven't been on the air for since Sunday, so we're a little bit rusty on things, and my apologies to everyone for the rust. But we'll loosen up. Don't worry about it. We got more things we want to talk to you about. But right now, we got to head on over to some big old soccer scores, and we do so. Why? Because we can. Let's get to it. The European Champions, or the European Championships, if you saw it on ESPN2 and ESPN, the original, of course, ESPN Plus. You saw some good games. In Group E, it was Spain over Slovakia, 5-0. Sweden over Poland, 3-2. Group F, Germany and Hungary ended in a 2-2 tie, as did Portugal and France. You want to stop that? Thank you. In the Copa America, Group B, Ecuador and Peru tied at 2. In Brazil, it was Atlético Goianiense over Fluminense, 1-0. Flamengo! Ole! Over Fortaleza, men adore you. 2-1 the final score. Flamengo wins. Red Bull Bragantino over Palmeiras, 3-1. Sao Paulo and Cuiabá tied at 2. In Finland's soccer, it was Ilves over Inter Turku. And if you found your Inter Turku yet, 2-1 was final score. Ilves won. Lahti and Helsinki tied at 0. In the Major League Soccer, it was Orlando City 5, San Jose Earthquakes 0, New England Revolution 3, New York Red Bulls 2, New York City Football Club 1, Atlanta United 0, Philadelphia Union 1, Columbus Crew nada. Yeah, that's right, nada. Okay, let's go for some headlines, and then we'll wrap it up with an Around the World tour. All right, let's kick it off right now with our coaching carousel. That's right, the NBA's coaching carousel gets filled up and filled to the gills. Well, almost to the gills. But anyway, the Boston Celtics have a new coach. They found their guy after an extensive search. The Celtics have filled their coaching vacancy as the club is finalizing an agreement to hire Brooklyn Nets assistant Ime Udoka as their new head coach, according to NFL God for ESPN, that being Adrian Wojnarowski. In addition to working as an assistant with the Nets last season, Udoka also previously served as assistant with the San Antonio Spurs and the Philadelphia 76ers. Udoka will serve as the successor of Brad Stevens, who coached the team from 2013 through this past season. Why do we got this like this? Can we back it up just a little bit so I can look like I'm actually happy? Ah, there I am. Okay, everything is straightened out. Good. Stevens has since moved into Boston's front office, and he was responsible for hiring his own replacement. Apparently, he considers Udoka the right guy for the job. His vast experience as an assistant, along with the fact that the Celtic players were impressed with him after playing for him on the U.S. national team in the 2019 World Cup basketball tournament, were major factors in his hiring. That from Wojnarowski. Other candidates include Chauncey Billups, Darvin Ham, Great Ham, Jason Kidd, and Lloyd Pierce. Okay, there you go on that side. Oh yeah, we've already done that. The Islanders edging the Lightning to force a Game 7. That's going to be fun again. Let's go to another NBA story, and it's simply this. Philadelphia 76ers fans aren't the only ones who were shocked that the East top-seeded team wasn't able to take care of business at home against the Atlanta Hawks in Game 7. Sixers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey confessed to media members during his end-of-the-season availability on Tuesday, "I'm still stunned sitting here that we didn't win Game 7 at home." Now, the Sixers lost the series against Atlanta despite the fact that they had home court advantage and took an early 2-1 lead in the series. Philly blew leads of 18 points or more in Games 4 and 5 and still had the opportunity to win the series in front of its home crowd. Sixers fought hard all season to secure the top seed in the East, and being able to host a decisive Game 7 in front of a raucous crowd at the Wells Fargo Center was their reward. But it wasn't enough. The Hawks won the final game of the series, 103-96, because of an error in one of the players. Gee, I wonder who that player could be. So there might be some changes coming. Like, for example, will he trade the weakest link, which was Ben Simmons? Or are they going to keep the albatross? And hopefully he'll get over his shyness in playoff games. We'll find out, won't we? Team USA has finalized its 12-man roster and have committed to play in the Olympics. So, who am these fine folks? Well, we gonna tell you. The 12-man roster for Team USA: Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards, Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets, Jeremy Grant of Detroit Pistons, Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors, Drew Holiday of the Milwaukee Bucks, Zach LaVine of the Chicago Bulls, Damian Lillard, Portland Trail Blazers, Kevin Love, Cleveland Cavaliers, Chris Middleton, Milwaukee Bucks, and Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. There you go. And the Tokyo Olympics are just a month away. Be on NBC, Telemundo, NBC Sportsnet, and wherever NBC broadcast families are. So there you go. Okay, do we have, and one more little tidbit of sports infotation. Well, Vanderbilt survived the College World Series with beating Texas with a score of 6-5. They led pretty much the entire game. The Cardinals put up a run in the first inning and added 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth for a 4-zip lead. Vandy would get 2 back in the fourth, but then Stanford. Wait a minute. I thought it was. Hold up. Okay, Vanderbilt. Vandy trailed. Yes, okay, so it was Stanford, not Texas. You sure? I'm not sure of anything here. Let's see. Get over to this section here, and do we have the College World Series somewhere abouts, people? Let's do a little ba-boom. Oops. Boom. Oops, let's go like this. Gee, this is fun, isn't it, kids? I know, like I said, we haven't been on for 3 days. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're a little rusty. So, be, as I say, be patient with us. Please be patient with us. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, we're doing the College World Series. Yes, thank you. Boot. Okay, it was Vanderbilt Stanford by a score of 6-5. Great, we got it right. And what a game that was. You want to talk about it? Yeah, they won. That's about all you can talk about right there, actually. Yeah, that's about it, isn't it? Yeah. 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 Trying to find we're again. Well, there we go. All right. There. Thank you, boys. Oops. Can we do this or yeah? Let's there. Was a hi there. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Thank you guys. Guys in the booth really care. Spencer Jones scored on Brendan Beck's wild pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning to keep Vanderbilt alive in the College World Series with a 6-5 victory over Stanford. The reigning national champion Commodores were down to their last strike Wednesday before winning in shocking fashion against Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year, who had been dominant since beginning his rare relief appearance in the 7th. Vanderbilt, 47-16, avoided its shortest stay at the CWS in its 5 appearances, all since 2011. Will play North Carolina State in the Bracket 1 final. The Commodores will have to beat the Wolfpack on Friday and again on Saturday to reach the best of the 3 championship series a second straight time. Now, Vandy won the national title in 2019. There was no College World Series last year because of the pandemic. The Commodores were uncharacteristically sloppy against Stanford until the middle innings and pulled within 5-4 after being down 4-0. Vanderbilt's first 5 hitters struck out against Beck, and no one reached base until Javier Vaz walked on a 3-2 pitch with 2 out in the ninth. At that point, it was Stanford that got Sloppy Jones. Sloppy Jones. Hi, I'm Taz. I got sloppy. Jones hit a pinch infield single, and Vaz ended up on third. On shortstop, Adam Crampton's off-target throw the first. Enrique Bradfield Jr. singled to right to bring home Vaz and send Jones to third. On a 1-0 count, Carter Young, Beck's pitch went high and glanced off catcher Cody Huff's glove and went to the back wall, allowing Jones to come home. And there you go. That's how that went. Yay. Okay, let's wow, we got 2 minutes left. No, 4 minutes left. Let's see if we can do a quick racing of the scores, and then we'll get out of here and try to recuperate and get back into it. So I think we've done this, but we'll do it again. In the Euro League, let's update. Spain over Slovakia, 5-0. Sweden over Poland, 3-2. Germany and Hungary and Portugal and France tied at 2-2. Copa America, Ecuador 2, Peru 2, Brazil 2, Colombia 1. Let's take you now to Japan for some baseball, and we're going to do this as fast as we can. Final score, Chiba Maroons 10, Fukuoka Hawks, 10? Did I say 10? Let's try that again. Chiba Marines 1, Fukuoka Hawks 1. No winner, no loser, no problem. Chunichi Dragons beat the Hanshin Tigers 6-2. Fukutani gets the win for the Dragons. He's 4-6. Fujiyama gets the loss of the Tigers. He's 3-2. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Seibu Lions 6-4. Tanaka for the Golden Eagles gets the win. He's 3-4. Watanabe gets the loss for the Lions. He's 0-1. The Akut Swallows beat the Hiroshima Carp 8-5. Nishi makes your life easier for the Swallows. Gulped a win, so he's 2-0. Curry, there. Yep. Hey, Curry's nice, isn't it? Curry for Hiroshima gets a loss. He's 5-5. Oric Buffaloes over to Nippon Ham Fighters 3-1. Tajima gets the win for the Oric Buffaloes. He's 4-4. Aikita gets a loss for Nippon Ham Fighters. He's 3-7. The Omuri Giants over the Yokohama Bay Stars 4-2. Yamaguchi gets the win for the Giants. He's 1-0. Imanaga gets a loss for Yokohama. He's 1-2. And now we go to South Korea. Let's just get to the scores there. Kaiwun Heroes over to Doosan Bears 4-3. Kia Tigers over to KT Wiswang 2-1. Wadi Giants over the NC Dinos 13-7. Samsung Lions over the Hanwha Eagles 3-0. SSG Landers over the LG Twins 7-4. And folks, even though we made some mistakes and we're rusty, we got it done. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're back, but we'll be better than ever tomorrow. You can count on it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night at 11:35 Eastern right here on the L2C Media Network and on YouTube. This has been a presentation of the L2C Media Network in association with the L2C Sports, Mystifying Creativity Productions, and YouTube. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Steve the Baxman Baxley for everyone here at Sports Final, including my cat Uno. Good night. And good morning. Good morning here. Good night on the West Coast. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll even have a better hairdo. Good night, everybody.